Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, cool guy. Good evening, guys and ladies. Ladies and gents, welcome in. And then have whatever that it's about that time. It's about that time. If you're wondering what time that is, it's time for our daily reading. So if you're new here, my name is Coach Kenya. I'm a natural weight loss and wellness specialist, therapeutic wellness specialist. Actually, I work on the mindset, and because of that, the body changes. So welcome in. It is time for our daily reading, where we get together every night and we talk about a thing called a chicken wing on a string to get us free and emotionally sober. So if you're wondering what we do here, I am a therapeutic behavior modification weight loss specialist. I specialize in helping people recognize their food noise, eating addiction, addiction to chewing, emaciation, textures, etc. And then we create techniques and strategies to help you develop coping skills in the place that you used to chew or eat or restrict or diet or whatever. But for this in particular, we have been doing a series on our prayer life since the beginning of the year. So welcome in if you're new here. It's about that time. I'm gonna try to fix. I seen an error just pop up with one of my streams. I'm gonna try to fix it. I've never tried to fix it before, but we're gonna try. It won't let me fix it. Okay, we're gonna keep going because hey Ash, how are you, beautiful? Hey Sunshine, how are you? Hey, Sanita, one West Coast cutie. Okay, so with this book, as you guys know, we've been asking God to search our hearts, know our anxious thoughts, show us our not good ways, so that we can tap into any behaviors that may be keeping us from being able to accomplish our weight loss and wellness goals. And so we've been reading Craig Groeschel now for almost a whole month. Today is the 28th some day or something like that. But 30 days, 30 straight days is what we agreed on. We would come together, we would read for the first 30 days of the year. And we've actually done that successfully. And we are headed into starting a new challenge. Launches tomorrow. And we recently started the 21 Days of Abundance. If you want to do the 21 Days of Abundance, that's on my YouTube channel. It's completely free. Just go to the link in bio, get your business together, and boom, you manifest the money with us, okay? Manifested abundance, better health, better relationships, better situations for you and your family. We're doing that over the next 21 days. So we started last Monday and we are rolling up on day 6. Okay. So Monday's day 7. The other thing is, if you're part of the iRise community already, tomorrow we'll be starting the 11-day shred. The 11-day shred. Tomorrow is when you're going to be preparing all your ingredients and getting everything together and being and basically what it's going to look like is you're pretty much just watching all of the white stuff. And so over the next 7 days, I'm going to be working with my team and my community in helping them do what we call a nutritional cleanse and detox, and then also a reset. So the detoxing and the cleansing is in the middle of the reset. So the purpose of the reset is to increase protein and vegetables, but also to pull out any processed toxins that may be causing cravings, sluggishness, exhaustion, weight gain, bloated, lack of mental clarity. All those things are real feelings you might be having, and it can definitely be driven by toxins. Because there's so many toxins in our environment that we can't control, we work diligently to control the ones that we can. And the ones that we ingest and that are inside of our body, we can control those. So the nutritional cleansing, the cleanse for life that we use, you take one scoop in the morning, and this cleanse for life that's actually contains essential vitamins and minerals that are sufficient in helping you rid visceral fat by excreting the fat through urine versus poopy. So it's not a poopy detox. You're not starving. You're not eating watermelon for 11 days. None of that. You're actually eating lots of meat, lots of vegetables, but we are watching the sugars, the gluten, and things like that. What this does typically for my patients, especially if they're having food irritants, this helps us figure out what is bothering them. This helps us find reasons why people are getting inflamed, lack of sleep. You will be amazed what you can learn when you start stopping some of the things that you say you can't live without. you start learning how actually damaging those very things you've stuck by all these years are for your body. And one of the ways I help my clients see some of these lifestyle changes that are desperately needed is I remove all the flunk, the muck, the bullcrap, and the bahahas out of the way. And we get down just to the core of what is your body doing when you feed it the right things. Is it absorbing it? Are you in malnourishment? Are you louder food noise? Are you having urges? Are you becoming anxious? Are you having psychosomatic issues? We look at all of that so that you can get free in your mind and your body. So, with our daily readings, we have been doing. Hi, Catherine. Welcome in, Sparkling. Welcome in, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm glad to see you tonight. So, for our daily readings, this is what this live is for. We are actually on part 2 of the book, Dangerous Prayers. If you don't have it, link in the bio, grab it. Dangerous Prayers has literally have been setting people free in these lives. The messages I'm getting of the lives that are getting touched is heartwarming, because I wish somebody would have got a book and hopped on live and explained to me that maybe my prayer life isn't what I thought it was, and that maybe I've been praying all the right things, but in the wrong order, you know? And for me, if you look at the photo, as you can see, I was 592 pounds. I have a food addiction. I'm in recovery. Today, I know that there was no self-will that was ever going to help me outrun my food addiction. I thought there was. I thought I could surgery it away. I had that reversed. I thought I could fry it away. I almost died. I thought I could freeze it away. I ended up getting the pneumonia. So every time I try to do something that I wasn't supposed to be doing to get the fat off, other than dealing with my mindset, I would get sick until nothing else was left to deal with but my mindset. Until the only thing I had left was the way I thought. And I discovered that being stuck in a hospital bed for 4.5 years. Immobile, not able to wipe myself, care for myself, cook for myself, bear weight on my legs, walk for myself. None of those things. None of those things for many years was my option as a grown adult. Someone had to care for every single one of my needs, and I was in my right mind. So just imagine knowing that you're not mobile and you're codependent and you're dependent on someone else providing your every single need, including when you go to the bathroom. Imagine that. Imagine that. I've been there. So I don't have to imagine it. I lived it. Right? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. So as a result, I discovered that if you don't get your mind right, I don't care how much money you got, how many people you know. I don't care. I don't care. If you do not get your mind in the game, you are going to be back on the same cycle you was on before. If you think you can lose all that weight. Hi, Healing with Apostle Cordelia. How are you, beautiful? How are you? Welcome in. If you think that your mind is just going to change because you smaller, baby, you had to J Hector, you are in for some bad news. You see the photo, right? I've lost 479 pounds naturally. But what I can tell you is when I had lost 400, I was 2 bets to the wind. What I'm trying to tell you is when I dropped the first 400 in the first year, I dropped 400 pounds in a year. I was back crazy. I don't think y'all hear what I'm trying to tell y'all. So I'm not going to stay on that long. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I'll be back tomorrow maybe when I got my more open-minded receivers in the building, because I don't be, Hi, Fefe, how are you? Yeah. I used to weigh 592 pounds. I lost 100 pounds. I actually lost 468 pounds 438 pounds in 15 months. I was at 416 pounds at 18 months. And I was done. I've been done since 2016, at the end of 2016, early 2017. I started in November of 2014. I've kept my weight off successfully for 11, almost 12 years, and I have never dieted. I did not count calories. I did not do any of those really cool things that are available because, as you can see, I was in hospice on palliative care, and I had been given 30 days to live. I had a tube coming out of every section of my body. Those tubes you see in that photo are real. That is me. That is me at 35 years old on my 36th birthday. This was the day of my 36th birthday in this blue photo, in which 26 doctors gathered all together to let me know that I was going either downstairs or upstairs, but I wasn't going to be around these stairs. Okay? That's what they told me. So, that's what they told me. And they stood on that. And they stood on that. And they sent me to Kentucky to die and put me in palliative care. And here I am. Look at God. Love bug. Grandmother, welcome in, boo-boo. We're doing the daily reading. Welcome back. Welcome back from your flight, from your trip. How did I do it? Nutritional cleansing, therapeutic behavior modification, vibration plate and resistance bands. 3 things. Eat better, live better, feel better. I've been doing the same 3 things for 11 and a half years. I know it's very exciting for many of you to see someone come on this app and they've been at it for a year, they've been at it for 2 years, but I've been at it for 11. Before this app and you were even here, I was already in this field, okay? All right, I've been doing therapeutic behavior modification, specializing in it for 11 years. Yep. So although I'm new to you, I'm new to y'all, I'm new to you, I'm not new to this. They are. I'm new to this. I'm true to this. You don't owe me nothing. You ain't got to tap nothing. You ain't got to give me nothing. Just listen. Just listen. Because see, what I need you to see in these pictures behind me is that I'm in hospice. And then I need you to know that because I couldn't stop eating, this is what happens when you don't stop eating. Okay? I am what happens. I am the perfect storm of what happens when you don't. Welcome in, Queen. Okay, Mickey. Okay, Mickey. I see you, Mickey. I'm gonna expect to be seeing you in them comments. Ask me questions then in a minute. What I can tell you is that I was going to eat myself to death because I did not think. Thank you so much, Queen. I did not think that there was any other way out of it. I couldn't stop eating. This is where it gets you. The late night snacking, the sneaking and eating, the eating to feel better, crying into a bag of chips, eating at night in the bed because you lonely, because that man you love walked out and left you, so now you done replaced him with food. Those kids that didn't turn out like you. Hey, baby! How you feeling, mamas? Those kids that is out there in these streets acting crazy, baby, there's no amount of food you're going to be able to eat to get them to act right. Let's go! Revelation, let's go! It's no amount of food, baby, we're going to be able to eat. I'm telling y'all. See, here's the thing. Because there's so much contradictory information about everything, many people are getting lost in the translation, okay? If you don't take anything from right here in this room, okay, I need you to take this. You know how I lost weight? I changed my mind, and because of that, I changed my waistline. I need you to hear that in your ear right now. Change your mind, change your waistline. I'm going to say it again, because some of y'all don't understand the depthness of what I'm saying, because y'all still think y'all can count it away, chop it away, walk it away, and deny. I don't care what method you use. This is not a bariatric community. This is not a GLP-1 community. This is not a natural community. This is not a restricting community. This is not a calorie counting community. This is not a gym community. This is a everything community. Yep. I said that. Yep. I said that. Yep. I know it's going to step on a couple people's toes when I say that we don't specialize in any form of what type of weight loss you've accomplished. And this is why I'm loving on all my sisters. I don't care if you go get it, cut it off, fry it off, shove it off, stick it off, prick it off, inject it off. I don't care if you count it off, rock it off, walk it off, run it off, or jog it off. You deserve to be validated and acknowledged for the hard work and the effort and the mindset it is going to require for you to keep it off. Did you hear what I just said? Did anybody hear that? Revelation, thank you, baby. Did anybody just hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did I need to say it again? Hi, Miss Spicy. Hi, Miss Trina. Do I need to say it again? Because I don't know if y'all heard me. I need to make sure y'all heard me because it's like 40 of y'all. I can't see the number really well because I don't know my glasses out. But it's about 40 or 50 y'all in here, I think. And all I'm trying to say is I need you to understand that it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is what you get to do here. You don't have to be in the quiet because you had the VSG. You can talk. You don't have to be quiet because you got questions about your surgery and you had the Roux-en-Y. You can talk. You don't have to be quiet because you had the sleeve. You can talk. You don't have to be quiet because you on Fen and everybody's on GLP-1. I got all of that over here. We do all of that. We're a wellness community, not a weight loss community. That's the difference in them and this. Because we understand that weight loss and wellness are not the same thing. So let me just drop a couple nuggets and we're going to get into our reading real quick. Welcome on in, Roux-en-Y. We do that thing. Congratulations on making your choice, the best choice you ever made. I'm sure that's how you feel. No matter how dark it gets, how hard it gets, how rough it gets, how sick you get, baby, you can do this. The research study says it's a successful procedure. And the reason why it's successful in the research studies is because they follow the system. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care how many people on this app tell you ways to trick your body to eat the food in advance. I don't care. The Roux-en-Y is a form of, Alicia, it's a form of the surgery. It's where they take and reroute part of your stomach and your colon and reconnect it to help you have to get fuller faster and a shorter distance to digestion. So think the GLP-1 slows gastric emptying, helping you stay fuller longer, which means you typically eat less. But of course, you got to work with that as well, right? And then there's the Roux-en-Y, where you can actually go in and kind of reorganize, per se, the way the stomach and the digestive system sits to help those individuals with that form of weight loss. And then, of course, you have individuals who go for a sleeve. And this particular method is going to be more of a sleeve kind of put on the stomach, also making that pouch a little bit smaller, a little less food to ingest per meal. But the goal of all of those strategies, you guys, is that you're eating small portions of meals throughout the day while sustaining and maintaining a consistent nutritional input. And what that means, what happens is, give me a second, come in. Hey, Pooh. Okay. All right. You got it? Give me 1 second. Because I don't know. Oh, you got shorts on. I didn't know if you had shorts on. Okay, so you want to follow that strategy. And I know you're probably thinking, now here's the problem with surgeries. Now, surgeries can't predict how dramatic your response from the restriction is going to be. So I'm going to prepare you. Okay, Sam, you here, baby? I'm going to give you some tips that's going to help you. Okay? Okay? So here's a couple things I want you to physically do in your environment over the next, like, let's say, let me keep it small so it's not too overwhelming. So I want you to do this for 2. You need longer, though. The thing is, I'm about to give you a suggestion about your environment to help with your success from the surgery. Okay. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, so look. If you're someone who does the following things, I want you to stop. If you watch cooking shows and Food Network, stop. Yeah. Yep. Stop. Stop watching them for now. Now, that's grooming food. Many people don't know that, but it's grooming food. And it's also like going to a house. But saying I'm not going to use ever since my surgery. It's all that. It's all that pops up on. I know, baby. That's why I'm telling you, Sam. Sam, I know. Sam, I know. I got you. When I tell you I've been doing this for a long time. You guys, I had a surgery reversed. I know. I have the scar to prove it. I have a big old scar, like my stomach's been split in half or being put back together again, like Humpty Dumpty. Baby, when I tell you I know weight loss like the real way, baby, when I tell you I have suffered, endured, and almost died for this thing, I'm telling you in real life, I had 26 doctors tell me I was gonna die. Guess what I said with my crazy self? Because I was sick. Remember, I told you I was cuckoo in the brain. I was so sick. I looked at them people and said, well, at least I'm gonna die with a full stomach. Who in their right mind at 36 years old on their 36th birthday? Oh wow, I watch TikTok food videos every single day. Life with Brit, stop, baby, stop. Stop. Let me tell y'all why. Let me tell you why. So there's a couple of things that when my new clients come to me, there's a couple of things that we put in place immediately. If they have any kind of addictive nature to watching cooking shows on any form, TV, social media, anywhere, it's cut out. They have to agree. They sign documents to agree. That's the first thing. You know why? Because when you are on a wellness journey and you're restricting, by you sitting and watching it, you realize you're getting high. You realize that, right? You do know that you can overeat visually, right? You ain't never looked at food real long and your mouth start getting watered. What do you think that is? Remember, I'm a specialist in behavior. What do you think is happening in my brain if my mouth salivates to the point where I can almost taste the food that they're cooking on TV? Let me lean in. Huh? What do you think is happening, baby? You're having the same responses that you would get from food. You're now getting it by staying constantly indebted in that area, the culture. This is how you start saying. Somebody say, "How did you know you were an addict?" I'm telling you. I used to sleep with Food Network on. All I watched was all the food channels. I was either watching TV about fat people being fat and eating, or I was watching food channels about people eating. That's the two type of reality shows I watched. I was either watching about big people eating, what we like to call fat, 600-pound life, anybody's 1,000 friends, 1,000-pound cousin, mama, daddy, cousin, daddy. And what's so interesting when I was sitting around eating like that, why didn't nobody tell me that when Dr. Noun was degrading all those big people that he been big for 20 years? Dr. Noun is not at his ideal body weight or his ideal BMI. So how is he coined the weight loss surgeon specialist when I've never seen that dude small? I ain't never seen him at his regular. So how can you degrade me and tell me that I got a food addiction and I'm addicted to food when you done did over 50,000 surgeries and you's a big dude yourself? You've always had big saggy jaw and a big turkey neck and you're telling people they're lazy and fat? How? How possibly are you calling anybody lazy and telling anybody off? And all y'all supporting it, y'all need to quit too. Y'all ain't not paid attention to Dr. Now. Dr. Now been on TV since the early 2000s. It is 2025. Nobody's ever noticed that this man ain't never been a different size. See, what I don't understand is how an obese doctor can then tell obese patients how lazy and dumb they are about eating and being big when he big. You're saying they have a food addiction, but Poppy, you got some too, because you stick around the rim, you sneaking and eating too. Yeah. See, y'all want to have grace and mercy, but I takes them all to the church. All of them. I takes it all of them. Like, so all of this, I don't know what y'all calling what y'all doing. I don't know what you call what y'all doing. You have people actually worshiping this dude, and he's plus size too, degrading big people, and nobody's asked why he ain't got the surgery yet. Oh, because he ain't big. So he ain't big, so he can degrade people who are big and tell them how they are mentally unstable, have no willpower, they're weak-minded, they're broken, and they need help, but can't nobody say nothing to him. Well, crickets in the room. It be like that sometimes when I talk about certain stuff, and it's okay, I understand. I know it's probably your friend, you're probably getting offended. And please do get offended because you're feeding into the culture. So please get offended. Please be very, very offended by what I'm saying because we're feeding into the culture that we claim we want to be free from. If you know you're an emotional eater, you definitely shouldn't be sitting around watching food shows because that's how you numbing out to deal with your emotions. Hello? And scrolling and doing food on here, it's worse because you're emotionally numbing and you're getting high at the same time. Hello? Think about it. If it's not you, if the shoe don't fit, don't worry about it. If the shoe don't fit you, don't worry about it. If it ain't your shoes, don't put them on. That's the rule here. If you're new here, my name is Coach Kenya Elliott. I've been in the industry 11 years. I help people work on their behaviors related to food. I am not a weight loss coach. I am a therapeutic weight loss mindset specialist, meaning my primary job is your brain, how you think. I don't care how much your goal weight is. I don't care what you're trying to do in the gym. Although I coach in all of those areas, those are secondary to our primary focus at iRise Inc. That's the name of my company. If you're wondering who I am, guess what? I've been doing it so long, you can go Google me. I'm going to stand on that. I don't compete with nobody and what they do. This is not a competing with the other people on the app. This is not what this is. What I do, no one else on this app does. I'm a retired professional counselor of over 20 plus years who bring to you therapeutic behavior modification techniques, awareness, and acknowledgement to give you the knowledge and then the access in order to get the mental help that people require to overcome the symptoms of lifelong chronic obesity. Obesity in our community is recognized as a brain-based disease. We do not act as if this is only in your body. We do not treat you like this is only because you cannot stop eating. We understand that the mind drives the body. We are not delusional. We do not blame it on our medical conditions or our medical ailments, although they play a role. Our hand in our mouth is how food gets there. PCOS has not picked up a bite yet. I don't care if you have the worst case of PCOS since it's ever been discovered. Baby, I hate to tell you, but baby, if you 300, 400, 500 pounds and you have PCOS, baby, the PCOS didn't do that. You did. Then I know that might have hurt right there, and I'm going to tell you why you did it, because I did it. I had PCOS and I also had endometriosis. And the reason why I know that my PCOS and my endometriosis did not cause me to be 592 pounds because I never saw PCOS nor endometriosis. Order no DoorDash, go to nobody grocery store, cook no fried chicken, nor have I ever seen it pick up a morsel and put it in my mouth. But who I can say went to the grocery store was me. Who I can say went through the drive-thru was me. Who I can say was overeating the grub was me. See, my hand to my mouth is my problem. It's not the scale. It's not the gym. It's not my hormones. It's all of those things play a role, but you need to hear me out. See, this is what makes people sad, and then they leave up out of the lab because they can't handle the honesty. And it's okay. I know you needed to be somebody else's fault, and that's why you can't get off of that cycle you on, because you don't want to understand that at the base, they don't know what to eat and how to eat. You better say it. Who is that? So who is that, Ray? Poor. If I said right, poor Ray. Ray, you're right. I need you to play 24/7. My team says I play in their head all the time. What I'm trying to explain, I don't want you to get offended. I want you to get empowered. Do you realize? Now this is about to be heavy. Tap the like button if y'all hear me. I need y'all to tap so I can make sure I'm not in my, because I can't see my things. I don't have my glasses on. I'm actually kind of not, something's going on with my. Nah, I done turned 47, y'all, and I can't see. That's all it is. I need to hear this over and over again. Sam, you know what, Sam? I go live every day, and on Sundays and Fridays, I stay live almost 45 minutes to an hour. I'll be hopping off in 15 minutes to go to prayer line. But I want to tell you what I'm trying to explain, and then I'm going to do our reading. But what I was going to say really quick, Sam, the reason why I show up is because I'm showing up for me too. Because I realize that it's in my brain, not my body, right? I haven't just maintained my weight loss because I go to the gym and I eat okay. I also work on the way I think, you guys. You have to. Because I was emotionally unwell, I use food to handle my emotional responsibilities. Do y'all not understand how deep this is? Sometimes we need to be put together. Yep. I'm all right with you. Thank you, Life with Britt. Listen to what I just said. If you are an emotional eater, okay, and you know it, good. Step one's done. Now, I need you to understand how serious, because some of y'all say y'all emotional eaters, and I don't think y'all realize what y'all are admitting to. So let me break it down. If you, in fact, first let's do this. There's about 100 and some odd people through all the platforms. I'm looking at a couple hundred people, okay? In the chat of each one, I want you to raise your hand if any of this, so wait till I go all the way through the list, applies to you. Okay? All right. Have you ever eaten over someone dying? Meaning you were sad, you lost somebody, and you got caught up eating over it. A. Have you ever caught yourself at your desk at work after a stressful meeting or after a stressful phone call with the client, reaching in your desk and eating? After my surgery, I don't even look at food the same. Yeah, it changes your mind, baby. That's why I believe that everyone needs to be offered at least a year to 2 years of intensive therapeutic behavior modification for weight loss. I think insurance companies should actually recognize obesity as a brain-based disease, and then I believe that they should not only provide care for it, but the care needs to be long-term care, just as insurance companies provide long-term care for patients who are diabetic or have congestive heart failure. They have certain things that the insurance covers lifelong, right? And so, meaning if as long as they have insurance, of course. And so, I feel that chronic obesity is a brain-based disease and a body-based disease. It's not just in your mind. It's not just in your body. It's also in your mind. I believe that individuals need to be given safe spaces to discuss the following things I'm about to point out for you. Keep tapping. If you ate over grief, ate over loneliness, ate over sadness, ate over anger, ate over boredom, ate over breaking up in a relationship. If you're someone who eats every time you're excited, so you like food, so everything you do is food, 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 food. Some of you guys have trauma bonds with people, and all y'all do is eat together, and y'all don't even know it. Some of y'all, now I'm about to tell some of y'all this, then I'm not telling you to go leave your best friend. Don't do that. But some of y'all are bonded traumatically with your girlfriends, and your whole relationship is wrapped around food. Bree, why you dropped the cry emoji? Me, myself, and I. Sam said me. So what happened with me, you guys, is I noticed that one of my closest friends, all we ever did was eat together. We talk about how horrible our life was. So we would get all emotionally worked up, and then we would order food or go get food. Everything we did was eat, 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 eat. And the reason why we was always eating, because I was getting beat and drugged by my husband, and she was getting cheated on by her baby daddy. So we had reasons to eat. But we couldn't see the effects of what we were doing because at the time it was meeting the need. We would go out to eat. We eat 60, 70, $80 for appetizers, get our drinks, a little tipsy, go on home. Life is great. Well, guess what? When we got home, it might be stressful. So guess what? I'm back eating again. Well, guess what? The next day when I see good girlfriend, I'm going to tell good girlfriend what happened. And guess what me and good girlfriend about to go do? Me and good girlfriend back at it again. Girl, let's get us something to snack on. What you want? So what's happening is the body has become used to you chewing to calm itself down, just like a baby sucking on a bottle. Except yours is vicious cycle. Yep, Sam, it's a vicious cycle. And that repeats over and over. The gym will empower you, ladies. Hey, Cooley. Of course, the gym can empower anybody, but we believe that the gym isn't the only. We believe that the gym is not the only thing a person needs, and we also believe that counting calories is not all a person needs. People need mindset. So, although the gym would be really powerful for a lot of people, but if people don't believe they're capable of going to the gym and feeling successful at the gym is just another building, baby. Do you understand? I've been at this 11 years. I've been in over 50 different publications, interviewed by over 100 different outlets. And I stand on business. 15,000 people in 14 countries. Not new here, true here. And I stand on business. And what I know, you can have 70,000 member gymships. You can be going to the best gym in America. You can have a membership. But if my mindset isn't in the game, I'm not going to make it to the gym. You understand me, baby? So although the gym can give you a nice swagger, it can only give you a swagger if you make it there, baby. You understand? See, self-will and power is a very crazy thing. It releases physiological things in the body that I know, mindset, and the gym. I'm a retired I'm a retired behavior modification specialist and professional counselor. For over 20 some years. I'm very aware of mindset, baby. That's my thing. That's what I do. And see me, I've lost 479 pounds naturally using none of those things. I'm also dope at that as well. And helped over 700 other people do similar things. Oh, mind you, none of them went to the gym. Just for the record. Just saying. Just saying. I'm just showing to you when the mindset is in the game, baby, they can make it happen anywhere. See, COVID should have taught all y'all that the gym ain't gonna save you from shit. Excuse my language. Because I know about 15 people to this day that's still trying to get the 200 and 300 and 400 pounds off that they gained when the gym shut down from COVID. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the world shut down in February of 2020. And everybody who had been on weight loss journeys up to that point gained massive amounts of weight back. Why? Because everything was wrapped up in the gym. Everything's. I said, you better talk your shit. Everything was wrapped up in the gym, y'all. No, real talk. And what I didn't understand, we can walk. That's what I was about to say. What I didn't understand, Cooley, was why we felt like we needed the gym to make it happen. The gym is like supposed to be where you go as an accessory. You should already be moving your body as a necessity. Do you understand what I'm just saying, baby? What I'm explaining, Cooley, is that the body needs movement no matter where you go. But when we give people the idea that they can only get healthy in the gym or only get fit in the gym, that's not true. It is simply not true. Because in some gyms, it's abusive and negative and mean and dirty and full of germs. You understand what I'm saying? I saw a video just yesterday. There was a plus size woman in the gym. She had her workout clothes on, so you can tell she's been in the game but she might have been working out for a while. And a regular shaped man on the same piece of equipment looked over her and said, I don't want to work out by no fat people. Baby, my ladies can't get their swagger back in a place where people are ousting them, degrading them, and picking on them, and they not even bothering them. Yep, this is true. So this is why I tell y'all, you get up and do what you need to do regardless. If the gym is closed, you're not closed. You open. You's open. So you get up and do what you need to do. If you was going to go to the gym and do jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, squats, why can't you get up in your living room and do that same thing? Huh? Why not? Why not? They close the gym. They say it's a snow day and it's your workout day. Then you should be getting up at the same exact time, putting your clothes on at the same exact time, getting your protein shake at the same exact time, getting your water at the same exact time, and going into your living room at the same exact time. Why? Because that's what willingness is. Willingness is no matter what the circumstances do, you're willing to adjust accordingly to make sure you're on your game. This is what I teach my ladies. Because I never want them to feel like if they can't get to a place that they've lost. I never want them to feel like if they don't get their shake in, they got to start all over. No, it's a lifestyle. So you're going to have days when you on and days when you off. You're going to have days when you good and days when you not. You're going to have days when you feel like you killing your goal, and you're going to have days where you feel like you ain't doing much of anything. But if you do one thing every single day that is fortifiable in your wellness journey, you will win. You will win. My girls do one thing every day. They pick what that one thing is. For some of them, it might be their protein. For some of them, it's moving their body because it's not something they were conditioned to do. See, all of these things require a shift in your mindset. When you've never been taught how to eat healthy, how are you going to eat healthy consistently if you don't know what that looks like? When you outgrow those meal plans, if you don't know how to eat healthy and it's not actually teaching you in the meal plan, then when the meal plan runs out, you're back to where you started. So what we got to do is learn it. We have to be taught it. Someone has to be willing to actually say, okay, your protein actually needs to be double. So what's been happening? No, you're not plateau, baby. What's actually happening to you, baby, is you're not eating enough protein when you are eating. Well, coach, I am eating protein, but you might not be eating enough. And as I show y'all all the time, one of the biggest mistakes we make when we're making our food is we'll have lettuce this big and the protein will be this big. Shouldn't this be the biggest thing on our plate? The protein. Why is the plate full of the foliage, but the one thing that's going to build mass, lean muscle is smaller than anything else? This be the carb. This be the baked potato. The baked potato be this big. This be the steak. Well, how much you think? You think 130 grams of protein is in that? How? You ain't even getting 40 in this little bitty piece of thing. What? So the first thing you got to do is make sure your sizes are right. Because what happens is everyone becomes conscious about portion control, but they subtract the portions that are most important. The most important thing on your plate is protein and vegetables. But because most of us have forever toxins deposited in our tongue, we're addicted to carbs. We're always getting a bread or a potato or something with buttery on there. So that's how this big boy get there. That's how this big stuffed baked potato with sour cream and bacon and chives and all those good things in it. And then this my protein. Well, because this looks better than this, guess what I'm eating first? This. So now not only is my protein the smallest thing, I don't even have the same amount of room that I had because I done ate most of this. You understand? But if I have a strategy and someone's taught me properly, I'll know that the first thing that should be in my body is this protein. And then I also know for purposes of digestion, and when I'm chewing 20 times and chewing meat 40 times, that if every third bite I take a bite of the vegetables, I help with a couple other components going on in the digestive area. All right? And then after I've done 3, 2, I take one bite of the potatoes. Remember, I told you I'm a technique specialist. Did you see it? Did you hear it? Are y'all listening? Protein, 1, 2, 3. Vegetable, 1, 2. Carb, 1. Protein, 1, 2, 3. Vegetable, 2. Carb, 1. 3, 2, 1. Everything's a system here. Okay? Y'all with me? We together? We can keep going? Yeah. Yep. Cooley, I agree. Cooley, we on the same page. We're not on a different page. Or am I missing more comments? Yeah, I'm sorry about the comments, y'all. I had the WSC and I have to go for protein first to try to, yep, that's very good. Rissa, that's exactly the strategy. And Rissa, make sure you're chewing 30 to 40 times. Meat has to be emaciated more. When you are a WLS, your primary focus is chewing. Yes, protein, but your primary focus is chewing. Here's why. Because it's small in there. If you don't chew it up good enough, you're not going to absorb the nutrition and the protein that you're trying to effectively get. If you are swallowing your food whole still, getting that stuck feeling in your surgery patient, it's because you are not emaciating enough, which means you have a emaciation issue because you're going swallowing. Because that's a form of this addiction thing I'm telling you about. Because it gives you a certain feeling. Well, you have to break that same feeling. I've always been a meat eater. Me too, life with Brit. You have to break that same feeling when you go through the surgery because the body is used to the sensation of what you used to do. Do you understand? That's why it's so hard to chew 20 or 30 times because most of us have been trained to eat 1, 2, 3, chew, 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 swallow. Bite, 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 chew, 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 swallow. Bite, bite. And we hold the plate right here. Or we eat down on top of it like this. And then shove, 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 swallow. Shove, shove, shove. I watch people eat that don't even be chewing the food up. I don't know how they just, they not pooping at all. They're not pooping at all. So if you constipated, you ain't chewing up your food. That's probably one of the first problems because you can't be swallowing no whole chicken wing and then talking about I'm constipated. Of course you are. got whole meat in your stomach. You got whole vegetables. Whole vegetables. You got a whole garden and a dairy farm and a meat farm growing in your gut because you didn't chew up your dinner well. Talking about something, I'm constipated. Of course you are. How your digestive system gonna break down a piece of meat this big sitting whole in your stomach? It can't. It can't, baby. It can't. So you got chew. Need to be chewing. Okay. Need to be chewing and chewing good. All right. Okay. The other thing that you can that is helpful that you got to be doing, and you got to be doing vigorously and diligently. The other thing is a lot of you guys are drinking too close to your meals. Talking about something, I'm not hungry. I know you're not because you're drinking water all day long to meet your water goal, not realizing that water is not as important as protein. If you wonder why your skin is saggy, it's because you was focused on drinking water instead of eating protein, because protein is how you build mass muscle. You know, that's how you keep weight off, right? The more muscle. So some of y'all hollering, I don't want to look like a man and lift weights. You need to lift weights so you don't look like a plastic trash bag. You got to lift weights because you need the mass muscle. Mass muscle is what breaks down visceral fat. It's what sustains it. It's what keeps the weight off. The more lean muscle the body has, the less fat that lives in there, the less fat cells in your body, the less ability to gain new ones. Okay? Somebody said, what's your certification, baby? I got more certifications than a little bit. I'm licensed. I'm retired. I'm retired, previously licensed professional counselor. I'm a certified GLP-1 coach. I'm also a certified life coach and wellness coach. I worked as a professional counselor, behavior modification specialist for over 20 plus years. I've been in behavior modification techniques for weight loss for the last 11 years. My company was founded in 2016. We were S-Corped in 2019. I've helped over 15,000 people in 14 countries. It's like 15, 7, 8, 9, 8 or something like that now, but that's irrelevant here or there. But someone asked me who I was, I was just trying to tell them. I lost weight myself 11 years ago. I'm down. My current weight when I got on the scale was about 148, I believe. I did have clothes on though, but it doesn't matter. Do I use a nutritional meal planning system? I take 1 to 2 shakes a day. I drink detox tea in the morning. I ride a vibration plate 10 to 60 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. And I use resistance bands 4 to 5 times a week. So that's pretty much how I did it. A little bit about me. My company, I realized I'm strong enough. As I just told you, it's been around we're going on 10 straight years that we've been C-Corped. Let me see. We are a best-selling author, motivational speaker. I've stood on some of the main stages of some of the biggest artists that you guys have seen. Like, I got to speak in Broadbent Arena 2 days after Beyonce had performed. So that was kind of cool to be on the same stage as her in the same week. What else? What was the other question? Sorry, you guys, I was trying to answer all the questions. Okay, thank you. 2 things that I was saying. Too much water. So if you are struggling to get your food in, I want you to take your watch, schedule the times that work best for you to eat, and let your alarm go off. But if you know it, so say for example, you know when you get to work in the morning, you don't typically like to eat, you go ahead and have your protein shake. Now, I'm about to give you guys some science, but I can't go into it because I need to get this reading because I got to get out for I'm already late. If you are drinking protein and your coffee, you kind of got to stop. Maybe I'll post a video on it. Maybe I'll try to do a video. Coffee slows down the absorption of the protein. Go look it up. Go look it up. So because of the way coffee works, the caffeine, it actually, I'll go into it more deep, but it actually can slow the absorption of the protein that you're trying to get. So if you drink coffee before you drink your protein shake, you could be slowing down your ability to absorb and get an effective bioavailability of the protein shake. Okay. to the reading. The problem is y'all don't have none of my glasses, so I really can't see. So hold on. In the clutch. Here we go. I don't know where my other pair is. I think my sister put them on the piano upstairs. Vink Diamond is so interesting. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think I read a lot of, I like research. So I go to a lot of like conferences and read research studies and have several mentors who are kind of big in the industry. And so as a result, that's what kind of made me start getting certified in so many things that you typically wouldn't be certified in. But it was because I'm actually a therapeutic behavior modification specialist by trade, which is a lot different than someone who helps people count calories and work out. And as a result, it became imperative that I was aware of the different things about the body. And because I'm someone who's been diagnosed with malnourishment and malabsorption, I like to educate people on the absorption of stuff. Because a lot of times when we plateau or we're struggling with weight loss, it could actually be because we're malnourished or we're not absorbing what we're taking. Okay. This is why dosages are in medication, because one patient may do great on 10 milligrams, whereas another patient might have no effectiveness. Those same theories of effectiveness and absorption are also valid in terms of when you're eating food and taking other medications. So in food, there are things and hormones that release to do certain jobs. And so unfortunately, when your stomach is doing one job, it can't just switch to the other job. So when you this is why people talk about when you break a fast, why it's so important not to go eat fat, greasy, fried foods. So when many of y'all be like, I fasted today and I broke my fast with a Big Mac and some French fries, I'd be like, why did you even fast? You just put all the toxins back in your body that you got out, right? And so, because it's the trans fats has toxin, blah, 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 blah. And so what I essentially began to learn is that people kind of didn't really know or understand what their bodies did at a core, like at a core level, right? Like, for example, if you already had digestive and bowel issues and then you add the GLP-1, it's not the medicine making you constipated. You was already, he was already constipated. So you can't go to a gunfight with a knife. So it means you got to go to the GLP-1 already prepared to know that you have to be very cautious about your digestion. That's all that means. That's all that means. That's literally all that means, guys. That's all. Literally, that's all that means, right? Is that you have to have a plan for that. That doesn't mean, I can't do it. No, do what you need to do. But you need to have a plan, though. And that's what I talk about. Because many of us are on weight loss journeys with no after plan. All we know is we got this surgery, we got this injection, we got this medicine, we got this calorie count, we got this trainer, but we don't got an after plan. So what I ask people and what I challenge people with is what happens when you get there. I just need to get down to 150, and when I get there, I'm good. So you're going to stop being healthy at 150? You're going to go back to eating the way you was? Because what are you stopping? How do you plan on maintaining 150 if you're done at 150? Do you hear what you're telling your brain? You're telling your brain, when I reach this number, I'm done. I don't got to do it no more. Yes, you do. Everything you need to get to 150, you have to do actually twice that to keep 150. Yeah, this is true. This is true. You understand? So you have to be very, 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 very careful when you're wrapping everything around a number and a visionary and a vision of what you think you're supposed to look like. If I've been big my whole life, then why would I create an image in my head of what my body's going to look like at 150 when I have no clue? How do I know that? I'm not God. So I have to first let go of that delusion. Then I have to let go of the delusion that 150 is some magical number and I'm suddenly going to be happy when the scale says 150 when I don't know if that's a fact. And then the other thing is, what am I stopping? If I'm on a wellness journey, why would I stop at one size being healthy? How does that make sense? Oh, girl, when I get down 10 more pounds, I'm done. Done what? What are you done doing? I don't understand those statements. What are you finished doing? Me over here every time you give them credits. Do you understand what I just said? What are you stopping from? Why would you stop? Why would you even be saying that? That goes to show you don't even understand what journey you on. Because if you was on a wellness journey, you would know that there's no there. The last time I checked, the point of wellness is that it's sustained for the rest of your life. And unless you plan on getting big again, or sick again, or obese again, why are you not acting like this is for the rest of your life? Why are y'all out here acting like this is some temporary job where as soon as you make enough money and save it in the bank, you can just quit? Why do you think that? Hi, Miss Honesty. Welcome in. Hey, is it Zaya? Thank you, Vink. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop saying that. Remember, I work in the mindset. So don't talk yourself out of your weight loss journey. And that's what many of you guys have done. You talked yourself into a straight plateau. You were so fixated on getting to a certain number. And when you got close to it, you got stuck in your mind, that is. No, I didn't, TR. Yes, I know you have to go to the Grammys. I'll see you later. I love you. Bye. Have fun. Enjoy. It's okay. I saw Queen and I saw Cynthia. I love you, sis. Have fun. Thank you, Big Red. Oh, it's 9:12. She said I got 3 minutes. All right, here we go. Our reading for today. So we made it to section Break Me. Okay. We made it to section Break Me, if you remember. Do you remember that? And then we read to the part where it says, while I prayed different versions of this prayer too many times to count, I've been forced to come to terms with its limitations. This prayer, although scriptural and useful, is focused on what we want, not necessarily what God wants. It's safe, it's comfortable. Someone even argued that it's somewhat short-sighted, even selfish. And last night, you guys were going to be looking at the ways. Hi, lady Sly, how are you? Be careful and be safe. It says, in fact, James, the half brother of Jesus, we read this yesterday, and actually where we ended off here, and I'm going to read it. If we only pray for protection from trials, we will rob ourselves from future maturity. Lord, keep me free from pain. Feels like the right thing to pray, and often is. But if that's our only desire, our biggest priority, then we may miss the perseverance that our trials produce. God, protect me from harm seems wise to pray, and it can be, but it's the challenges in life that helps us mature and draw closer to Christ. Thank you, Miss My Honesty. Welcome in and thank you. Okay. Then it says it's fine to pray for safety and blessings, but what if you want more? What if you desire power from the Holy Spirit, strength from heaven, unshakable faith, genuine intimacy with your Father? Instead of just asking God to keep you safe, give you more, and protect your life, you may ask God to break you. And then we're going on to bust your bubble. So I'm going to read that again and give you your assignment. Because remember, we've asked God to search us. That was the first 20 days. If you're new here, we're going through a book by Craig Groeschel. The LINK is in my bio. Up there, go to the What If I Rise, and click on the link in, and it'll get you everything you need. Abby, you're so beautiful before and after, but your smile is brighter. Thank you so much. Britt, thank you. Okay, y'all following me? Okay, so read today. I'm giving you today's assignment. You ready for it? I'm going to read it again. If we only pray for protection, so what the book is saying is that when we ask God to keep me from harm, like like Jesus' brother did, keep me from harm, don't let no harm come my way, block any pain. Are we asking God? Are we preventing God from giving us the trials we need to get to the blessings we deserve? Because we're at protect me, keep me out of pain, keep me out of pain. But are we running from the very struggle that's going to open up the door for the blessing? Hold it. It says, if it's fine if we pray for safety and blessings, but what if you want more? What if you desire power from the Holy Spirit, strength from heaven, unshakable faith, genuine intimacy with your Father, instead of just asking God to keep you safe, give you more, and protect your life? You may ask God to break the bondage that you have with food, because that's what we're using it for. So what we talked about is we discovered that many of us haven't really did a whole lot of like, God, search me, break me, lead me when it comes to our wellness. So the goal of the 30 days in assignment was to help us all begin to open our spirituality to a discussion of our weight loss and wellness, why we eat, when we eat, what we eat, and to look at the patterns that may become exposed in our behaviors and actions that may be keeping us bondage in the food. That discovery comes from us putting in the work and asking God to show to us things that we may not see. Okay? If I cannot see that I'm emotionally eating every time I get angry, then I may be doing all the things right, but because I emotionally eat when I get upset, I may be sabotaging myself by accident. Cassie, welcome in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hi, Shell. So the section that we're on now is break me. We are literally asking God, look at me. Whatever's in me, show it to me. Reveal it. I won't rationalize it and then break it out of me. So, Father God, if I know I'm addicted to eating candy and I'm eating it and I'm still eating it and I'm on a weight loss journey, except now I'm eating sugar-free candy, it's not the candy, silly. It's the eating. It's not. That's why the cravings are still there, even though that's why you can eat the whole bag of sugar-free candy too. Because it's not the candy, it's the mouth. The mouth is what you like to feel. The food just makes it worth the while. Do you understand? Yeah? We together tonight? Okay. That's all I have, you guys. I'm definitely headed to prayer. I don't want, she said I had a few minutes to take me in there. Take me in there. So let me take me in there. Hey, Carol. Let me take me in there on it in this prayer. Take me in there. Take me in there. Look, my First Lady said immediately, God bless you for joining. I'm coming, First Lady. Take me in there. Take me in there. Doing it right now. I'm gonna cut the volume down. And then I'll say goodbye to you guys. And then I'll hop off, okay? Because my family gonna come in loud with the clutch. I'm telling you now. My bishop is coming in loud with the clutch. Immediately. All right. All right, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We did 1 whole hour. It's on Sundays like we usually do on iRise Sunday. So as promised, we did an hour in, and I won't keep you any much longer. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So thank you for having your place in the face with me and Tika to the Taka, where we like to rock it. Have a great night. I'm your girl, Coach King Lachelle Elliott, and this is how you iRise.